Hi, I'm Randall. I didn't always know how to wear clothes, or wear them appropriately, or push them to the limit as I struggle with my weight, but I always had a certain je ne sais quoi. And look at me now! Whether it's home decor, entertaining, or fashion, I'm here to help others find their inner Randall. But as perfect as I am, I have lots to learn and strive to step outside my Louboutins. So join me on my fabulous adventures as I help others and learn something on the way. This is Randall to the rescue. Last time on Randall to the rescue, we attended Suspended Studios where I made a fabulous glass piece. Now in this episode, we head off to work with the Alberta Ballet and learn to jeter.
Randall to the rescue. Oh, girl. Randall to the rescue. Oh, Randall to the rescue.
We're at the Northern Alberta Jubilee Auditorium, otherwise known as the Jube, for those in the know. And as we talked about, we're going to do some ballet stuff. So I've made arrangements for us to meet with two ballet dancers, and they're going to put us through our paces, if you will. But what I'm really excited about is Alberta Ballet has a brand new artistic director. And I think he's from Italy. His name is Francesco. Isn't that fabulous?
Fun.
I know. So he's going to meet with us first, so we get to talk to him first.
Okay.
I wish I knew Italian, but other than like ciao and espresso, I'm kind of limited.
Bueno.
Okay, let's go get tortured. To prevent any further injuries, and like any good dancer, we did our stretches and got our bodies moving. Well, kinda. Well, as best as we could. I love bars, but someone set this bar way too high. Now it was time for a little jeté, chanté, Champs-Élysées. So, Leah, I want to introduce you to two of the performers from Alberta Ballet. This is Heather and Yarko, and this is Leah. So Leah started taking some ballet classes, adult ballet classes. So I thought it'd be really cool if you could kind of put us through our paces. But before we do that, I want to know a little bit about you guys and your history. So Heather, why don't we start with you? Tell me a little bit about your journey and how did you end up with Alberta Ballet?
Sure. From a really small town in the States. I was forced into ballet when I was about 3. My grandmother really wanted a ballerina in her daughters. No one would do it, so she moved to the granddaughters.
That's what grandmas do.
Yeah, from there, I was really grateful to get accepted to the National Ballet School of Canada when I was 15. And then from there, after I graduated, I went to the States for a couple years to work. And then I came here in 2013. And this is my 11th season now with the company.
Wow. So where in the States were you born?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. My mom's from Ohio.
Oh, amazing. I worked there for 2 years.
In Ohio?
Yeah.
Where?
Cincinnati and Columbus.
Yeah, she's from Youngstown. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So we're practically related.
Yeah.
Not really, but kind of. So these shoes are very distressing to me because look how tiny they are. I literally can't get my hand in them. And I want to tell you something that I honestly thought, and I don't know if I'm just naive about this. So I knew they were hard, but I thought there was like padding and stuff inside.
No, so we put a little bit in. I myself do a little bit of masking tape. I have like a little spacer. And I think I'm the only one. I use old socks, just so there's like a little bit. A lot of the girls use extra bits.
Okay, so just before you put your socks on, so here's the thing that's literally my mind right now is like, so literally when a ballet dancer's on point, you are literally on point.
Yeah, it would be
like,
the same.
Yeah, but I thought there was like all this stuff and your toes were kind of like completely protected in there, but no, you're like on point. That is astonishing to me. Like honestly, I had no idea. I loved ballet dancers before but now I'm like even more like, okay, amazing, amazing. You don't have to wear these.
No, fortunately not.
So tell me a bit about your story.
So I'm originally from Ukraine.
Oh.
I moved here when I was 11 years old.
To Edmonton.
To Calgary.
To Calgary.
And I started dancing professionally when I was 3 years old, but then continued my dance training here at Alberta Ballet School in Calgary. And then right after the school, I joined the company, and this is my 3rd season with the company now.
So how did you get in? So did you always want to be a dancer, or did your parents, or did you like start in Ukrainian dance?
No, I started ballet at the age of 3. And so my parents decided to put me into something athletic, because I guess so parents do. And gymnastics, I was already too tall for gymnastics, so ballet was the next best option.
So for me, I'm incredibly jealous. So my parents are very, very religious, and all dancing is a sin. Even though we would then go to the ballet, which makes no sense to me. And I would have killed to have studied ballet as a kid. Now you mentioned the Alberta Ballet School. So I wasn't aware that the Alberta Ballet had a school as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the school was founded 25 years after the company was founded.
Okay.
And it's a very, I think it's the 2nd largest school in Canada for professional
No
ballet
way.
training. Yeah.
Did you guys know that Alberta Ballet originally was founded in Edmonton?
Yeah.
And then we lost them to Calgary. Wah, wah. But at least they come and perform here. Yay! So, Leah, what made you decide to start studying ballet?
Oh, I started ballet. I ruptured my Achilles. And then I started ballet as a way of rehab.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of calf raises. So instead of just doing like tons of calf raises at home, ballet was a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, interesting. And it was interesting that your parents said they put you in it because they thought of it as being athletic.
Yeah.
And I actually had somebody say to me a year ago, and I thought this was the coolest thing. So it's a guy, he's like super guy. Only watches football, blah, blah, blah. But they were in St. Petersburg and they went to a ballet. And he said to me last year, he goes, I didn't realize how athletic that could be. And I'm like, absolutely. If anybody ever says to me that a ballet dancer is not an athlete, like I lose my mind, because every muscle in your body you guys are in control of everything right down to your fingertips and the strength you need for lifting. And you guys, standing on your toes, like you guys are incredible athletes. So I think we should do some moves because I particularly would love to show off my amazing turnout, which never got to use professionally, but now it'll at least be on camera.
Absolutely.
Okay? Come on, let's torture us.
Let's do it.
Wow, this is kind of cool meeting at the bar. Huh? Had to be said. It had to be said. Okay, so I'm absolutely convinced that Louis XIV is my grandfather somehow through some space-time continuum. And did you know that he invented the positions of ballet? Did you guys know that?
I think we learned about it at some point, yes.
Rats! Here, I thought I was going to tell them something really cool. Okay, so you guys, let's do the positions, which you have to show me now.
So first, both your toes are facing out and your heels are together.
Look at that turnout I've got. Okay, I just want this documented because it'll never be seen again. Okay.
To move to second, you'll release one foot and it will do a tendu. And your heels will be apart, typically about shoulder width.
Okay.
This is second. For third, you'll do the same. You'll tendu a foot and you'll bring it in. And your heel will go into your instep.
Okay.
This isn't a position we really use much in ballet,
Okay.
but it is one that exists because of Louis.
God bless Louis.
So then to go to fourth, you'll tendu front and you'll put your heel and toes down. So your heel and your toe of the opposite foot will match.
Okay.
This is a position we use a ton.
Okay.
Any pirouette is taken from this position.
Okay.
And then for fifth, again, you'll go to tendu and you'll just close that.
Now, okay, so we go to Carnival in Venice a lot, and we dress in 18th century, and I always stand like this. I always thought this was fifth, but it's third.
Third.
I've been lying to people all these years saying I was standing in 5th position, I was standing in 3rd. Never again though, never again. Okay, so there you go. And you don't really use the positions for dance, it's just to train your body?
Yeah, typically in class, like we face one direction and we start in first almost every day. We'll do pliés, which is just bending your knees.
Cool. So what are you going to show me? Now that we've seen some positions.
So
Teach us.
Okay.
We'll start with pliés, and then we'll move on to some simple tendus. And if you're willing to try anything harder, we'll teach you that too.
You betcha.
So the first step is the basis of everything in ballet, and it's just plié. Just bending your leg. So the goal is to go straight up and down, using elegant arms. You can do a grand plié, just a bigger position, and come back up.
Now, you mentioned grand arms, and of course the hand. Do you guys get taught, or is that something you either have or you don't have?
There's a few different schools of thought. Like there's definitely American systems that have a very specific hand, and there's different European systems that also have a more subdued hand, I'd say.
See, look at that. It just fell like that.
I'd say as a kid, I had a teacher tape a pencil to my hand to create the position and would stay like that for hours. So yeah, it's something that you're taught.
Okay, and what's next?
Next, we can show you some tendus. And a tendu is essentially an extension of the leg, and you can stand either in 1st, 5th, different starting positions for this type of movement, and we apply all the positions when we dance. But we'll start in 1st for now, and you can do a tendu to the front, and it's a full extension with your toes pointing as hard as you can, basically just an extension of your leg, and it's going out, and then you bring it back in using your turnout, bringing the toes back, coming back to the original position, yeah. And then so that movement can be applied to the side as well. And you can do a little bit of the arm there when you're coming back in, and you can change the arm and do a little bit of an arabesque line when you're doing it to the back. And you close it and you finish with full control in the nicely shaped position.
Oh my God, I'm in heaven. So, did you know a proper gentleman in the 18th century would study ballet 3 hours a day just so that he could stand properly in court? Because it was all about elegance and movement, and that's how you indicated your wealth. I was born in the wrong century. So your feet, now, so like, especially for you, I'm noticing, like your toes really kind of curl around. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, is that, do you practice that, or just over time it naturally kind of happens?
So I think we're definitely taught a lot of like it doesn't come naturally. When you're young, it's very hard.
So they're not wrapping your foot, because that's as far as I can get my foot, but I see your toes like kind of curl around.
Wow. So it's just the muscles in your feet.
Eventually
training every day, and then you get used to that placement of the foot.
Okay, so you mentioned about something a bit more challenging.
Right.
Should move the bars for this.
For sure.
We're gonna do an arabesque promenade. So I'm gonna hit an arabesque position, which is like a tendu, but higher. And then Yarko will turn me. And I'll close 5th. Do you guys want to try that?
Yeah.
So I have to admit, you've got the harder job.
Yeah, you got to make sure I don't tip.
Yeah, don't tip her over, spill her out. Okay.
So something that's helpful, it is a little bit easier in point shoes because the line from my shoulder to my hip to my toes is all one piece. So in flat shoes, you'll just try to hit a really high demi point. You're welcome to do a different position for the promenade. You could always do a coupe back or a passe, if that feels like a...
I love parfait.
So yeah, and then if Yarko has any tips.
Yeah, and if for you, what you're trying to achieve is the weightlessness of, you don't want to feel any weight in your hands almost. And I know that feels counterintuitive.
Right.
But the less weight you feel, the more on her leg your partner is positioned. And so if she's on her leg, that means she's turning on one point on one axis.
Okay.
And you're going around in the right place.
Kate.
Yep. Okay. That's beautiful.
Kate, wish us luck. Are we ready? No, but do I go around?
Yeah, you
Yep.
got to turn me.
Oh, I.
Keep engaging your turnout.
Do I go around? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
You take small steps around, and
Hired.
I can't wait to talk to Francesco. He's for sure gonna hire us. Hey, Francesco, what did you think of that?
I think you can have a contract for next year.
I got a contract. It was so great having the new artistic director for the Alberta Ballet, Francesco, there to watch us learn our moves. But now it was time to find out a little bit more about him. Ciao, Francesco.
Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well,
Francesco,
thank you.
this is Leah. Leah, this is Francesco. Francesco
Very nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
is
too.
the new artistic director from Alberta Ballet.
Pretty new. 2 months.
2 months.
Ooh,
Okay,
that is
so obviously Italian.
Yes.
Were you working in Italy before you came here?
I actually was in Italy just before to arrive to Canada because I was in the Rome Opera Theatre for a new creation.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
And then, so tell me your story, your history. Like, where did you study? Where were you born? Everything.
Oh, well. Okay, I try to keep it short though. I was born in the south of Italy, Amalfi Coast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then I started to dream Saturday night in front of the show, the television show, to become a dancer. And then, a long story, but I asked my parents to be in the ballet school. So then they brought me into a local ballet school, and after 2 or 3 years, the teacher said, I think this boy can do something more.
Oh, wow.
And then we went to La Scala in Milano for an audition, and I got accepted in the ballet school. Then I did all the ballet school there, and after my graduation, I arrived in the theater. Then I danced at La Scala for 20 years. I became soloist. I danced in all the classical rap and contemporary, and then when I was very young, I started in the same time my second career because I was very passionate about choreography.
Oh, okay.
And I started to be dancer and choreographer at the
Yeah.
same time. And
Oh,
then
nice.
I was
Yeah,
very
exactly.
lucky because at the
That's
age
cool.
of 32, I was appointed as the youngest European artistic director for the Florence Opera House.
Wow.
And then I started my third part of my life as an artist. I became director.
Okay, well, I am so honored that you're with Alberta Ballet because that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, from my perspective, then it must say something about Alberta Ballet that it would attract you to come here, the caliber of the dancers and the company. So, tell me a little bit about maybe what your vision for Alberta Ballet is.
Well, look, it's a vision full of dreams for the future. The company is absolutely a very strong company. The artists of our company are excellent. So I really want to do a lot. We are Alberta Ballet, so
Yeah.
we will base us even more into the roots, into the classical ballet, to be able then to move into a wider repertoire that goes through a new creation for the company, bring in Alberta choreographers that have never been performed before,
Yeah.
giving to our public the opportunity to see here what they can see only if they fly to Europe. But then they cannot fly to Europe because
I
in
love
Alberta
that.
we have this
I love
beautiful
that.
ballet
That's
company and we can
great.
see it at our home.
I think that is so amazing. So I've been a big fan of Alberta Ballet for a long time, and Alberta Ballet's already done some amazing things. But
Absolutely.
hearing what you want to do just sounds like you're really just building on that foundation and just taking it even further. I love that. I think that's magnificent.
I like to think that we always, when we start a new journey, we embrace the past to build the future. And this company has an incredible past that I absolutely embrace
Right.
to build on top the next chapter.
So funny story is, so Alberta Ballet did a ballet with Elton John called Love's Like Bleeding. I'm not an Elton John fan. I know, calm down. So I got kicking and screaming, I got taken to this ballet. At the end of it was actually intermission. I'm like, that is so amazing. It's rock concert meets Cirque du Soleil meets, ballet. It was incredible. And when they did it again, remember, I was the first one to buy tickets. So I think that's the magic of what you can do with ballet. So again, not being an Elton John fan, but it was spectacular. And Alberta Ballet's done some great things. And I know you're going to do a great thing. I'm so happy here. And thank
Thanks.
you for letting us take some time with your dancers. Thank you, sir. Ciao.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Very kind.
Mwah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao.
Very kind.
Thank you guys so much for teaching us. And apparently, according to Francesco, I have a contract, so maybe in like 20 minutes, you might see me on stage for the performance. Okay, you guys have to go get ready for Hansel and Gretel. I'm so looking forward to seeing it. Thank you so much. You're both so talented. And I am going to say this, Chate away.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. La, 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 la. I could so do that. Not quite a jeté, but it did get me away at least. I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh, me too.
I've never seen the ballet of Hansel and Gretel. Actually, didn't even know there was a ballet of Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Very cool.
Yeah, I have something for you. Actually, just let me get settled here.
Ooh, you have a present for me?
Yes,
Is it my creation?
it is your chihuli bowl.
My chihule.
Chihule bowl.
Oh, exciting. Oh, I can't wait. So it looks so different when we put it in that cooling thing. I can't remember what you called it. The cooling.
Oh, the annealer.
Yes.
The cooling. Yes.
I think that's really awesome. It almost is like a drinking vessel. That's, oh, thanks, sweetheart. That's amazing. I'm going to treasure this. I honestly am.
I'm so glad. You did such a good job. That's
Yay, thanks, sweetheart. Oh, I think it's going to start pretty soon. Okay. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, that was so good.
I thought that was great.
Oh, it was beautiful.
So
Man.
thank you so much for this piece.
You're
I'm
welcome.
so excited. It was so exciting getting to make something. And I really hope that, working with the ballet dancers and then now getting to see this performance has kind of inspired you to keep on with your
Oh,
ballet.
yeah, it's been really special.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
love it.
you know what we have to do now? We have to head off to the club for a smart cocktail. Do you want to
Yeah.
come? Yeah, cocktail time. Okay, come on. What a fabulous production. I'll definitely be back.
We had a lovely time today, made some special friends. But everything that's fabulous must come to an end. We learned some things and had some laughs, and now it's time to go. But I'll be back for another Fabulista show.
Keep on your toes, everybody.